In my previous video, I explained how we can create a service using protofile, and also we have generated the Java stubs using the gRPC compiler, and also we have implemented the service. Now we have the service and we need a gRPC server so that our service can be embedded inside the gRPC server so that our APIs are available for the clients to consume. Now we are going to build the gRPC server and let us see how we can build it. We have to create a package called servers for clean code net Techtter server. So we have the server package. Inside the server package, we are going to create a server class that is gRPC server. Now how to build a server? So we have to use the server builder, which is a part of gRPC library. So the server builder, and server builder we have to assign the port number, so on which port we want to access our service. So for port method we have to call, and we can define on which port number we want to, so 9091, let's just like that. So now add service. So in this way you can add any number of services to our server. So what is our service? That is a user service. And finally we have to call the build. We have to assign this value to the server object. That's right. So yeah, once our service, we have to start. Once we got the server object, just start the server. That's it. Some error we need to handle the exceptions. Once the server starts, just print some message so that we ensure that server is up and running. Server started on which port? We have to call and await termination. So server will be running until you terminate the server. To handle the exception. Now the server is ready. To start the server, just we need to click the play button, then the server will start. Yes, the server started on 9091 port. Now any client application who knows our API can consume the service. Before going to build the Java client, I want to test our service using the BloomRPC application, simple tool like a Postman. It's a desktop application. You can download it from the website. I will show you from where at GitHub repository. I give the link in the description. So once you go through this, go to the down. If your laptop is Mac OS, you can use simply this command and you can install it. Otherwise, if it is different than Mac OS, there are already released packages are available here in zip and DMG format for Mac, exe for Windows machine. So you can go through this page and you will know how to download and install it. I already installed BloomRPC on my machine. Now this is the user interface of BloomRPC. Now we have this is very nice user interface. So protos, we need to add the proto file from our project so that client knows how to this is the proto file that we have used in our project. So once you open this, then it shows what are the APIs available from the service. We know that we have created two APIs, that is login and logout. To login, it's already created the sample message also for us. So our service is running on 9091. That is correct. So just execute the request. Yes, success. So we have given the logic like if username is equal to password, so give the success message. That's what the response we got. If it is not equal, like something else, so invalid username or password, response code is 0. That is how we developed our logic in our service. It's very simple. So this tool is just like a Postman, how you use it for your traditional REST APIs. So BloomRPC for gRPC APIs. This is how you can use BloomRPC client application to make a call to gRPC APIs and consume the service. Now we have to build a Java client which can consume the gRPC API and gets a response. Now we have the gRPC server up and running. We are going to create a new client project, choose as the Maven project is Java 1.8 version. The name will be gRPC Client. Artifact coordinates, it can be net Techtter gRPC Client. Let it be like this. Finish the new window. Now we have the basic setup of our gRPC client application. Now we need the gRPC dependencies and also the plugins required to generate the Java client steps for our client application using the proto file. So I have to copy the proto file in our resources, all the stuff. I'm going to do that. We can copy the POM file from our server application. Copy POM file. We need all these dependencies. Just copy everything here. Now we need to put our proto file in our resources folder, because as I already told, user.proto or proto file is a contract between the client and the server. We must have this file also in our client project so that we can generate the steps from this proto file so that our client application can communicate with the gRPC server so that it can access the APIs. So we have copied all the dependencies and plugins required to generate the steps for our client application. Let us run the Maven clean install. The build is successful. Now we have to write the client application code, and let us create a main class which is gRPC client. So we have the main method. To communicate with your gRPC server, we should need a channel. So gRPC library provides the channel for us. Using this channel, you can connect the service and you can access the APIs of the gRPC server. So that is manage channel. We have to build the manage channel builder. We have to give a port number. So our application is running on localhost, so that will be the localhost, and it is running on port number 9091. Sorry, instead of using target, we have to use for address. Now it is perfect. Use plain text, user agent, user transport security. We just need to have a simple connection. We no need to have a security here. If you are having the security on top of your APIs, so we need to use the use transport security method, but in our case it's a demo, so we just use a simple use plain text method, and you can call the API from a client application. We got the channel to communicate with the gRPC server. Now we have to call the API. For that we need the stub from proto file. So we already created the steps for our client application using the Maven dependencies, Maven plugins. So we already got the stubs. So that is here. So we have to use the stub here gRPC and import this class to our. Then using this particular class we can create the three kinds of stubs. So using these stubs we can contact with the API and get the response. So new blocking stub. So using this particular method, whenever the client sends the request, it waits for the server response. That means client cannot do the further process. And if you use a new feature stub, this is a completable feature concept. If you are familiar with the Java 8 and you know that completable feature, you can refer that how it can work. And new stub, so it is just a asynchronous call. Once the client makes a request to the API, It will not wait for the response from the server. It will do the further process. Once the server sends the response, it will capture the response from the server and it will do the further process. That's all I can say. So for now, we use the new blocking step, and we have to pass the channel here. So this is the user gRPC. Now we need to construct the login request. If you see our service, that is, we have to construct the login request. So how we can do that? We can use the builder class here as well. Login request username, you can give like hello, set password. We have to call build. That's it. So we constructed the login request. So why we have given username and password as hello means because some logic has been written like if the username and passwords are equal, give the successful response, otherwise error response. So that's it. So we got the request, construct the response as well, API response. That is from where we get the response, from the user step. That is step login request. Let's print the message what it returns. Respond, get response message. That's it. Our client is ready to make a call to our API. Let's run the client by pressing this play button. We have to make sure that server is up and running. I think my server is running here. See, now the response is success. If you want to test the failure case, change the password, something else, and run it again. You should get the response as invalid password or username. That's it guys. I think these videos are useful for you. I have put all the links on the source code of this project in the description. Please check it out and you can try it yourself. Let me summarize what we have learned in this gRPC video series. In the first video, we have learned about what is gRPC and how it works. In the second video, we have seen what kind of APIs that we can build using gRPC framework. And in the third video, we have seen how we can build Java application, know how to define the services, APIs using gRPC framework. So we started building a Java project using Maven as our build tool. And also we have seen how to create the services in gRPC using protocol buffers. Later, we have generated the Java steps for our APIs and also how to implement the gRPC server so that we can embed our service inside the gRPC server code so that APIs are available for the client applications. And we have seen how to use the BloomRPC gRPC client application. And finally, we have built gRPC client application and we have tested our APIs using this gRPC client application. That's it guys. If you like these videos, please like it, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe it and share with your friends. So let's catch up in the next video. Until then, goodbye.